Eritrea. Eritrea lies in the semi-arid zone of Sahel. Rainfall in Eritrea is seasonal, erratic, torrential, unreliable and unpredictable, and lasts for 2 to 3 months only. Water is a scarce resource in Eritrea, with no perennial freshwater sources such as rivers or lakes. The underground water resource of the country is even little known. Shrub or bush clearance for agriculture, recurrent drought, the 30 years of war with Ethiopia, overgrazing and other domestic uses have rendered many parts of the country treeless, and therefore vegetation cover is very poor, and the soil is severely degraded. Forest cover has decreased drastically during the last 100 years from 20% to an ever low record of 2%. To this effect, among others, land degradation is the main problem in Eritrea. Eritrea became eligible for small grants program in 2006. However, following the procedures required to recruit the national coordinator and the program assistant, the JEF Small Grants Program in Eritrea started its actual work in April 5, 2009. The Small Grants Program office is hosted in UNDP compound. The National Steering Committee members were first nominated and selected through consultation process with the Department of Environment, the UNDP, and the SGP National Coordinator. Members are 10 in number. Shortly after the formation of the National Steering Committee members, the first meeting was held in May 14, 2009. During the meeting, members of the National Steering Committee identified that land degradation is the main problem in Eritrea, and therefore underscored that its prevention should be priority number 1, while other thematic areas follow in the order of conservation of biodiversity, abatement of climate change, protection of international waters, and combating POPs. The National Steering Committee members also clustered the geographical area for SGP projects to be 60% in Aditekelezan sub-region, which is adjacent to the green belt of the country, and 40% of the projects to be elsewhere as appropriate, at least for the upcoming 2 years. Following to the developing of the country program strategy, members of the National Steering Committee conducted community sensitization meeting in Aditekelezan, comprising of 12 districts and of over 200 community representatives attended the meeting and were highly motivated by the objectives of the Small Grants Program. In response to the sensitization seminar given, participants of the meeting formed a committee of 8 persons who will closely support the CBOs and the NGOs that will implement projects in the area. A call for proposals workshop was then organized by the SGP office to CBO and NGO project officers. After the call for proposals workshop, 10 projects were submitted by the NGOs and CBOs for approval. Of these, 8 projects are approved for implementation. All these projects are shortly under implementation. Country program strategy has been drafted and reviewed by the National Steering Committee and finally approved by the CPNT. On the occasion of starting the Mangrove afforestation project, the JEF SGP project works have been officially launched in the port city of Massawa within the premises of the Ministry of Marine Resources. Present were the Director General of the Ministry, Mr. Tolde Mikael, and other Northern Red Sea region authorities and representatives of the Hirgigo community on 9th of March 2010. Participants of the launching ceremony drove to the Mangrove afforestation project site and met the Hirgigo community to further launch the program with the communities. The manager of the Manzanar Foundation, Mr. Emmanuel, showed visitors the site and the size of the afforestation project, which is about 3 kilometers along the coast of the Red Sea. Experiences of rural communities in Eritrea. This is one of the tree farming nurseries established by Communitis. It's located near the SGP project site. This nursery will be further strengthened by the SGP to be the potential supplier of indigenous seedlings and other seedlings of commercial importance. Some communities are highly motivated to enclose degraded areas. One can see the difference between the enclosed and unenclosed areas here. Rural communities are becoming conscious of enclosing pasture areas and harvest grass for their animals to protect the land from overgrazing and its degradation. No tree, no bee. No bee, no honey. No honey, no money has become a common saying within communities in the country. Unlike to the neighboring countries, Eritrea is not endowed with groundwater resources. The only water source of the country is rainwater, which is characterized as erratic and torrential. Micro-basins for water harvesting in hilly areas are getting exercised by some communities. The Ministry of Education in Eritrea, in cooperation with the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, engages students in the tree planting during summer vacation. With the motto of engaging the youth and instilling the right attitude towards the ecosystems, SGP Eritrea is committed to support CBOs and NGOs active in the prevention of land degradation, conservation of biodiversity, abatement of climate change, protection of international waters, and combating COPs. With the objective of community action and global impact, SGP Eritrea will relentlessly work to contribute to the goals of improving the environment. Thank you. Prepared and narrated by SGP Eritrea.